tissue that you need for 5 minutes. Okay?
Night exchange, bro. You good. Y'all good. You good. You good.
What that is, 10 years ago, was at a convention in nowhere. Girl's really dehydrated. She dug her head in the fountain and she got like dysentery or something. She got sick. She got some old-timey disease from it. It was bad. But in general, like, even to the point, if you don't know if they're gonna have a good water supply, bring extra money and buy water bottles. Especially if you're sensitive to water changes. If drinking the New Region's water makes you sick, you have to stick to bottled water. I had this issue in Europe. They had a lot of chalk in the water and I started to throw up. Yeah. I'm a baby. So we've got water. So what is the second most important thing to do at a convention? Yeah? Spend a shit ton of money. Yeah, you're lucky you're funny. I mean, I've done 3 days no sleep. Okay, that's later, but God, yes. That is the last part, I promise. Yeah? Eat something, thank you, we have a winner. So besides drinking water, you have to eat. Bye, honeys. You will first die of dehydration before. Eat something, thank you, we have a winner. So besides drinking water, you have to eat. Bye, honeys. You will first die of dehydration before you die of starvation, by the way. Sucks. So again, with eating, and it's not just eating Pocky. I don't know how many of you spent your teenage years surviving off of Pocky and gummies and Ramune. Yeah, I lived the wild life back in the day, but you can make yourself really sick, and some people discover they have diabetes that way. Friend did. It was bad. Ambulance, whoop whoop. So, eating, and that's just, you need to budget for food.
Oh, wait, yeah, I mean,
It's not worth really.
you talking about the neon?
I think we can
Down a
all
hall?
agree on
Where?
that. Miku Hatsune is not worth going to the hospital.
At BC?
Miku, okay, let me repeat.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Miku Hatsune is not worth going to the hospital because you didn't eat. Me. You're all wrong. I'm right. Thank you. I really like Miku too, so that's kind of. So you eat, you drink water. So what's the other thing you should think of after eating and drinking? You're not wrong, but like considering this. So a bathroom is important, but I hope all of you are adult enough to know like to go use the potty. And if you don't, then I need to verify your ID.
That's a violation.
Boom. Okay. So when you're in the wilderness and you're stranded because you were stupid, or the world ends, you need water, you need food, and you need shelter. So at a con, your shelter is usually a hotel room unless you suck and you live close enough to go home. Yeah, if you know that reference, enjoy the Old Peeps Club. So, this is actually technically 2 lessons. That's a good one. Don't hotel with people you don't know. Don't meet up with strangers online to hotel. No, it's not. So, besides all the dark things that can happen, once upon a time, I was young, I was dumb, There's a little more of a moniker to that, and you can fill it out your own damn selves. I went to this little shit con in the middle of Texas called YoCon. Okay, it wasn't necessarily, no, it was, never mind. Anyway, I had a friend named Kay. We're using Kay. And Kay calls me up and is like, girl, I had so much fun at Icon. I know, dude, he's gonna set us up some rooms. We should go. I am 21. And 21-year-olds are stupid. Actually, I think you're always going to be stupid about something. It's just how life works. You live, you learn, you move on. So, I show up thinking it's going to be us 4 girls in one room, and then the other 4 dudes in another room. And that was it. That was the plan. We had 2 rooms. Jay had us. He had our back. He was a good dude. I had met him once. He was okay. And I'm an idiot. 7 girls in one room.
Yo.
9 others in the other. I am in the middle of Texas. I am at this con. I get to the room early. We're checked in. And then people I don't know start coming into the room. No. I got stuff stolen. People came in and ate my pizza.
Yo, nah.
I know, my pizza. That's like the
always-
cardinal sin of conventions, eating someone else's pizza. But I learned, luckily, nothing super bad happened. I have had friends who have ended up in the middle of another state because they room with somebody they didn't know. So I either put the veracity in the person who's arranging the deal or don't do it. It's worth spending an extra couple shekel, euro, dollar, whatever for the peace of mind. Because that's the last thing you need when you're trying to have fun. Because I think we're all here to have fun, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. The other thing is you could also get a really big weirdo in your room.
Yep.
I met somebody who wore a really old, ratty, bargain bin, Snow White costume, who was very notorious online. Some of you know who this is. Yeah, I ended up rooming them at an Avon, and I didn't know who they were, and I didn't arrange this. So that was a big regret, and anybody who knows anything about that knows why. I roomed with the lol cow, okay? And I didn't even know. But they paid me. So, I mean, that's okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, honey?
Why did they pay you?
Because I was the card holder for the room. Yeah, so I paid, so they paid me to stay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry if that wasn't clear. Okay. So, if you are sensitive to adult topics, please exit the building now. Not building, room. If you are sensitive.
Give me your pass.
Okay, I wanted the giggle. You're welcome. I'm glad I brought some humor into your life. It's the endless void of existence to where we all eventually fade away. Think about it for a while. You're welcome. Okay, so the next one is use a condom. Yes. Use a condom. Okay, so I have a friend. Okay, they're not really friends, but I knew them.
Water balloon?
And they found the hottest Zac Fair cosplayer I have seen in my life. And they were Aerith. And they were adults. And suddenly, she comes to me and she's like, hey, I'm gonna go with Zac. And I'm like, have fun. Do you need a condom? She said no.
Oh, yo. I have a kid.
So she has a 5-year-old now.
Hey.
We're condom people. You will get pregnant at a convention, and if you don't want a baby at the time,
At least it was a hot
rub it. I only saw him a few times. I was busy, but he was hot. He was like, please, Lord Almighty. He was like Chris Hemsworth hot. Like, to me, that's high tier. I think he's gorgeous. Anyway, so please wrap it before you tap it. Oh, this is fun. So after your primal urges are all satisfied, what is another important thing about conventions? Now, we are getting that. That is the grossest story. It's last, I promise. Transportation. You have to get here, right? That's a big, great idea. Thank you. I'm taking that. Okay, so driving to a con. You can get to a con by plane, train, or boat, right? Or car, or walk. Hey, I went overseas to a convention in Dublin, Ireland. So yes, I could have gone by boat. I could have ferried to one in Scotland. I almost did it, but then I had class. Boom. So you shouldn't get into someone you don't know's car that you can't verify has a license. So I'm 20. No. I'm 18.
Oh.
It is 4 a.m. This is my first con I am at all night long. Woohoo! So, hit it. We're playing apples to apples in the hotel lobby. And every blank card is Nick Cage. And it's funny. Because people start getting pissed off when you keep playing Nick Cage, by the way. They get mad, and that's the point. It's called trolling. Some of you don't know this term. Oh, my back. So I get into this person's car who says they can drive and that they're old enough to go to IHOP. Because what else are you going to do? 3, 4 a.m., right? Denny's wasn't open. Denny's was not open. We did not have one nearby. It was tragic. I'm a little more high class than KFC, thank you. Anyway, basically, they got pulled over and they didn't have a license. Yeah, so that was great. So that was my first trip in a cop car. I wasn't arrested, I just got taken back to the hotel. And it's not always, things don't always work out. I am very lucky. I rolled a 20 on the luck stat, or I'd be dead from tripping by now. Okay. So in general, don't get into someone you don't know. That's the wrong card. Now, who's over 21? Who likes to drink at conventions?
That's blood.
Me. So, you should drink with your friends. Yes. So I have a friend named Kay, and this is at the con with 7 girls in one room. She goes out into the hall, someone hands her a drink. She downs the whole thing like she's been drinking since she was born. It was a mixture of dark and light liquor. She tops it off with beer. Then she goes back and tops it with a Red Bull. We told her not to. We couldn't wake her up the next day. We threw ice water on her and she finally woke up. So luckily she's alive, but it's just really dangerous to drink a container you don't know. Like, don't do it. I mean, if it's your buddy, if it's like Frank you've known since you were 2, I guess it's okay. If it's Bob from down the street and you know he's not a serial killer, that's okay. But in general, like, you need to be careful. And I know, like, you're here to have fun, you're here to party, But part of the responsibility of being adult is one, like there's children around you, be aware of that at all times. And two, well not here obviously, otherwise get out if you're under 18, bye-bye. Anyway. So I know this is kind of funny, but I am trying to bring in a few lessons, especially to you con babies. And don't have my level of disorganization. Okay, my next story, and this is a little out of order, but I thought the drinking was more important. Stay safe, drink water, drink responsibly. Don't drive. Don't drive. Don't drive. Like every infomercial tells you. Seriously, don't do it. So, remember when you asked earlier about why they paid me?
Yeah.
To be card holder to pay for the room? Lily is a bitch ass hoe. I go to the middle of nowhere with Lily. We are going to a podunk con. I don't even know what state we're in. I'm roaming. I've been roaming for 3 hours. She's like, there's a little anime convention, there's a motel, we should do it. And me, being 21,
Let's go.
goes, I have $50. Okay, I had more than that, but I had $50 to spare. The badges were like $10. I know, $10. Whew. Miracles. So we go and we check into the motel, and I put it on my card because I'm an adult who has money at this point. Some money, not really money. I had like 5 shekels to rub together. So we have fun. I mean, she was fun. We had a blast. We met people. We took pictures. We looked cute as hell. There was a couple off-topic, really awesome meals. I mean, it was honest to goodness a fun time. I wake up Sunday morning at 7 a.m. and Lily is gone and she hasn't paid me. I am out like $100-something, and at 21, that's a fuck ton of money. As I said, Lily is a bitch ass hoe. I haven't seen hide nor hair of that girl since then. I think she moved. Good.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck Lily.
Yeah, fuck Lily. So, we've come, not that way. She wasn't pretty. I have standards. I'm really mad. It's been like 8 years. I'm still mad. I would die mad. Okay, so here's kind of more of the nitty-gritty of what to do when you're at a convention or at your hotel. So, who has a wig? Who styles their wigs? Who uses a hot iron or flat iron to style their wig? Who remembers Black Butler? Who remembers Grell? Who remembers the nightmare that were Grell wigs? I had a friend. Hey, shh. Me. Me. Monica. Just Monica. Anyway. So, panic. Black Butler costumes were made to torture people. The layers, the ruffles, the corsets, the bustles, the 9 yards of hell that these cosplays are, and the complications. So, they're styling the Grell wig in a panic. They're going to go to the formal dance. You have to hot iron a Grell wig. That beauty got some straight hair. So, my friend leaves the hot iron plugged in on the floor.
Oh no, crap.
My other friend, unknowingly, steps upon a 450-degree hot iron.
Oh no.
She cried. I cried with her. So what do you do? Like, you have a burn, what do you do? Well, luckily, a lot of conventions have little nursing stations, whatever you want to call them, medical, whatever. And luckily, this is actually very standard now. This wasn't when I started going to conventions, especially now at the podunk shit cons in the middle of nowhere. So taking her, we luckily took her to the station. They had burn cream, they had Band-Aids, and she was overall okay. She limped a bit, but overall, you really need to keep an eye on what you're doing it with. Unplug your hot items, set them aside safely. And if something does happen, either you bring, like I brought burn cream with me. I have Neosporin plus burn cream on me, you know, and Band-Aids, of course, because, you know, in an anime, a Band-Aid fixes everything. But overall, like, being careful and thinking about things, even in the excitement, will really help you down the line, and it won't stop your fun. Because that's what we're here to do in the first place, right? So be careful, and if something happens, get help to treat, because you can't leave stuff to fester, right? I mean, it could get grody. But, so the other thing in that vein is, who pays way too much money for their cosplays? Who has really nice, fancy wigs, accessories, so on and so forth?
Well, mine's for $1. Mine's a truck pass.
Hey, that is a treasure. So a few years ago, I had a limited edition platinum blonde hair wig. And by the way, platinum blonde, true platinum blonde, is a bitch of a shade to find. Because I cosplayed Homestuck. And one of my friends forgot her wig. And I'd known this girl for a while. I thought she was trustworthy. So I loaned my wig to her. I'm like, I'm not wearing it today. It's tomorrow, just bring it back.
No, it come back.
She brought it back. My wig hooks were all broken, and one of the straps was a little torn and stretched. She had a small head and not much hair. I have no idea what she did to this day. But really, the loaning things to people is kind of a touchy subject. Some people really like loaning stuff out, some people don't. I now err on the side of don't, unless they're like top tier friendship. But there is always that risk that someone is going to mistreat your stuff. And at that time, it was important stuff because I had a skit with that wig the next day, and now it won't hook. And I need to tighten because it's a big head wig. It fits people with bigger head sizes. I'm so sorry, that was me, that was my bad. So in general, like, I've had other incidents, but to me, because that was like a really hard to find limited wig was more important. And well, you know, like, friendships aren't worth more than stuff, but there's a scale. But be careful, and if something happens, you know, there's other ways to deal with it. I mean, you can alternate cosplays if something's ruined, so on and so forth, and then you can block the bitch and never talk to her again. I did it, but, okay. So, who has that friend at a convention who always needs $5 on Sunday for a hot dog? Yeah. You are never seeing that money again. I'm going to tell you right now. Hot dog. Okay. Hot dog friend is never paying you back. Kiss those $5 goodbye. It's fine. In general, like, food mooches who spend $20 on that cute anime girl figure but now need $5 to eat kind of suck. We all know them. We all have them. Sometimes they're funny. I'd have to keep around for $5. Sometimes they're not.
Some of them are cheap, they're like $30.
But in general, like, you're gonna meet these people. It's just life. It sucks. You can also move people across the state on the last day of convention where you haven't slept and they owe you $90 and it's been 6 years. But that's another. I love you. But again, like, I'll never see that money again either. So anyway. What? Okay, I do need to check. Oh, we are only halfway through, and I'm like halfway through my cards. I am doing good. Yay, yay me. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. I appreciate it, yes. Okay. So who volunteers at conventions? Not this shit show I'm running. Who volunteers at a convention?
Panelists?
I'm a panelist. I mean staff. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, you have that. Yeah. So, you're sort of supposed to be... No, I messed up that sentence so bad. I just thought, why? I had to pause and go, why? Why did I say this? Why did I say it like this? Stop. Anyway, when you volunteer, they usually email you, text you, and give you instructions, right? They tell you where to go, and usually there are people around to ask. I have a friend named Kay. Another Kay. I have a lot of Kay friends. There's a joke in there I haven't made yet, and I will think of it. So Kay volunteers at a lot of conventions, and I'm there. I'm like, yo, you volunteering? And Kay's like, yeah, but I don't know where to go. Okay, go ask somebody. Well, no, they wouldn't know.
What?
Well, what about the email or text you got? No, my phone's dead. Well, let's go ask the staff member. They have a staff shirt. Well, that's not my department. There are some people you can't help in life, and there's a point you just have to give up and walk away, and that was the point of giving up and walking away. But in general, I think a lot of you are smart enough to pay attention, to figure it out, and to follow directions. And again, staff is there to help, right? Or at least I hope. Unless this is the Twilight Zone. Like the pig face one. Anybody remember that? No, just me? Anyways. But pay attention, follow instruction, and overall, I think, it'll go fine. One honey bunch.
Okay, so could it just have been he just didn't want to work? That's why he was like...
Honestly, I think that's what Kay was. Kay just didn't want to work. That's what I think. And I know they're blacklisted from that con now, so who cares? You have to show up. Is it fun? I don't volunteer. I do this. I run panels. I find that fun. Bye, have fun. Okay. So now we're kind of getting into, I could change the order of this. Oh, okay, actually, yeah, that's perfect order. So after everything else I've said that's important, seeking medical care, drinking water, eating, finding shelter, getting paid, don't get into cars with strangers, don't drink a weird mix of foods, so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. What is the next important thing to do that most of you aren't doing?
Reading.
You're lucky you're funny. What? Okay. Who has slept in the past 24 hours? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sleep is actually important. It does impair your functions. As you get older, you need more sleep. I used to be able to do 3-day convention on next to nothing sleep. Now I cry if I get under 4. True story though. Now, again, sleep is important, but I know you're having fun. But you can die of lack of sleep apparently. I'm not sure the veracity of that statement, but CSI had a show about it one time. So it must be true, right? So again, guess what? Y'all are getting older, and now your body needs more attention. You can't just feed it Red Bull for 4 days and be fine. I love you too. Wait, why didn't you bring me one? Fine. But yeah, getting older sucks, And taking care of yourself means you'll live longer, but some of you here are for a good time, not a long time. Fair enough, have fun. Don't hurt anybody else in your good time. I personally now sleep. I personally now like quieter hotel rooms that aren't partying all night or playing Smash or watching The Room. By the way, I have a movie recommendation. If you have not seen The Room, it's a beautiful classic, and shut up.
Don't tell him.
Wow.
What I was playing on last week.
Anyway, so, okay, ladies and gentlemen, who is an artist? Who does artist alley tables?
Artists.
So, besides getting there, having your merch, getting there, isn't it kind of important to have your second person to help? So, I have a friend. I have a couple friends who run conventions, and they have not had a number two. And not having a number two means if you need to pee, if you need to eat, and you don't, like, what do? Because, leaving your stuff open on your table, you might get jacked, right?
Yeah.
So, in general, like some of the advice my friend said to give to other artists who are new, is to 1, have a trusted number 2, 2, budget, 3, sleep, 4, you're not allowed to sleep under convention tables anymore, apparently. So,
Any more?
sorry, that's no longer the option. They check. Yeah, I watched them check at a convention. Was that A-Fest? No, literally watched staff come by, lift up the tablecloth, and check at like midnight. So take care of yourself, especially when you're trying to make money, because hi, buy my merch. Versus hello, would you like to look at my art? What's more appealing?
The first one. Good art. Good art.
Art is subjective. Art is subjective. Depends, because Anyway, so her warning she wanted me to pass along is please bring a number 2. Because it's also not fun carrying all of your stuff and then falling on it. She did that. Now, I have an ex named C. I have an ex we're calling C. C. No. Your guesses are wrong. It was a weird name. Now, C and I dated for a week, and I didn't know this. But after you date somebody and they wrong you, you want to hear everything about them for a while because you hate them. Okay, I did at the time. I was 22. Now, bye, Felicia. Part of growing up. C roomed with some good friends of mine. C cosplayed Soldier from TF2 and wore pleather. The last time we had seen C wearing a cosplay, that cosplay, had been 8 months from this convention. C comes into the hotel room with a tote and sets it on the ground and opens it up in front of my friends. And the smell was so bad, one of them threw up. C had sweated in this outfit for 3 days straight at a summer convention in either June or July of the previous year and had shoved all of his cosplay pieces into a tote and shut it for months. Not only did C wear this cosplay to all 3 days of this convention, but he also didn't shower and didn't use deodorant.
Oh. Fatal mistake.
No. I agree. But wait, it gets worse. This is a little gross. But he also worked at KFC. So his normal clothes he brought were chicken grease clothes. And he left them underneath one of the beds.
It's just chicken smell.
So not only had gross McGrossness not washed, not cleaned their clothes, and I actually went into the room at one time because I didn't believe them, because of course I didn't. And it was kind of like a guy giving stink big going, smell this. I smelled this, and honestly, my nose will never be the same. It cries at what I have done to it. It hates me. But at least I have nice candles. I get some forgiveness here. So the reason this gets worse about the chicken grease shirt is we found out he didn't wash his work clothes. He had not washed his clothes since the last time his mother did before he moved out at least a year ago.
Oh, God.
The hotel found chicken grease shirt. The hotel charged damages to my friend because they had to get the room professionally cleaned. They couldn't get chicken grease smell out, and probably the outfit.
How much?
Actually, I'm getting a little sick thinking about it myself. What?
Were you traumatized?
I don't know.
Were you traumatized about fried chicken afterwards?
I'm so sorry,
Were
what?
you traumatized about fried chicken afterwards?
I haven't eaten at a KFC since then.
Yeah, reasonable.
Like, legitimately, I have not eaten KFC since knowing him. I can't do it. Just, I think of him and I...
Don't blame you.
Ooh, I make myself sick. My bad. Yes, honey bunch.
So if you don't eat KFC, how do you fill your fried chicken needs?
Popeye.
I make it.
Oh, you make it yourself?
Or I go to Chick-fil-A.
Well, that's bread.
Yeah, and they have some down here with my name on it tomorrow. Woo! Because I eat during conventions, because I'm a good girl. Nobody corrects me who may or may not know the conflict of that. Anyway, so the important part is not only bathing, deodorant, spray or rub. I prefer spray, honestly. Because not only do you not want to smell, but you don't want to offend the world around you with your smell. And apparently it is banned in pretty much every convention to go, "Be gone, stink!" and spray them with Febreze.
I think that should be
That should be like...
The legal liability. It's all legal liability.
forget it.
But you know, like, there have been conventions that have given out free deodorant and soap. I am all for that because I have been through the Hall of Sunday stink more than once in my life.
And one thing, Gen Con actually tried doing that, but they actually stopped before they began getting out because it will offend it will offend some people that are that's Gen Con actually tried doing that. They actually planned, but they dropped it at the last minute.
Stop because they'd offend somebody. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's their decision to do, and they can do what they want. They can run their organization however they want, and it's fine. But please clean. And remember, if you have underboob, deodorant goes there too. Dang, he is funny. It's surprising. Usually they're not. I have experiences. In general, like, cleaning is very important. Some of y'all need to clean twice a day. at a convention because you sweat and you smell and you're in heavy cosplays. I'm gonna take a shower after this because I remembered the sea story and now I have to scrub that memory out of my body. Can you blame me? No. Actually, no idea what happened to C. He got shamed out of the fandom, by the way. He got shamed out of like the state, I guess. I haven't heard hide nor hair of him in like 5+ years now. So your actions have consequences, please, babe. And it's called soap and water. Going under the shower spray or in the pool is not a bath. There was God. This wasn't C, surprisingly. I think his name was, it started with an A or something. It was common like Andy or Andrew. We couldn't figure out why he smelled so bad of pool chlorine. Every convention we went to, he smelled like pool chlorine.
Well, that's good.
And we're like, Whitey, do you just swim every time? What are you doing? Why do you smell? And it was like, pool chlorine has various levels of how much a person smells after, and it was just the weirdest smell. So we're playing Cards Against Humanity, right? And he smells a lot, like it's bad. I had to move seats. And we asked, okay, dude, really, what's up with the chlorine? Like, what are you doing? Do you live in the pool? And he's like, oh, that's where I bathe. At conventions, because it smells better than the hotel soap.
Hey, it's
I don't know. How do I meet these people? I don't know. But overall, like, we had to tell him that, like, gross, and you need to bathe, and we sent him with his roommates who weren't paying attention. So he started to smell like soap because every time his friends would harass him, like, you gotta go bathe, dog, you gotta go bathe, oh, we don't want stinky pool boy here. And so apparently group shaming definitely works to get you to take a shower. So now A takes showers and he smells like whatever hotel soap there is, and thank God for it. Or whatever you believe in, I don't care.
It gets worse though, because the chlorine smell isn't actually the chlorine on its own. That's what happens when it reacts with urine.
You watched that or just saw this video.
That was
too,
an
didn't
anecdote.
you?
He knows that one.
Oh, I'm not wearing my. Yeah. I have a lanyard. Yeah. So, by the way, the pool is not a bath, and apparently adults need to be told that because he was 23. The pool is not a bath. So, overall, I think we've done a lot of good topics. Has anybody learned anything? Yes. Okay, any? Some of you have more sense than others. How many of you are going to not take a lot of my advice and go party hardy?
Yeah.
It's okay, you be honest, I don't care. I hope my goal here is to not only tell you guys fun stories, but to at least tell you in some of these situations what to do. Like, you get hurt, go to the nurse station, you need water, find non-fountain water to drink, and I do mean an outside fountain. Eat food that's not ramen and candy and Pocky. And I haven't had Pocky this convention, which feels kind of like a weird sin. Okay, that's gold tomorrow. And you know, don't drink strange liquor, don't drink and drive, sleep. Most of you are ignoring that piece of advice. Figure out what you're doing when you're volunteering, have good friends around you. And honestly, that's probably the best and the worst thing about conventions is the people you meet. So, as you stumble through adulthood, and I know I'm only like, I haven't even hit 30 yet, and I'm still gonna claim I'm really old with stage-old advice here, but sometimes you can take a chance on people. I'm not trying to discourage you from making friends. I'm not trying to necessarily discourage you from having fun. I just want you to learn from my and my friends' lessons to where you make better decisions when you go, hey, I remember that weird Monica dress girl talking about this, and she probably had a good idea. Maybe I won't be stupid. Now, if I have a success story in the future, like somebody comes up to me and like, hey, you have good advice. You know, I did my job, right?
Yeah.
I hope I help somebody somewhere. That's kind of the goal of this, is that you'll stop thinking, do stuff. Yeah, what?
So regarding that, have you ever actually had someone come back to one of your panels saying, hey, you actually gave good advice?
Yeah.
Really?
I did con horrors at ACon 2015, 2016, 20-something. I did this panel at ACon a couple times. And they thanked me for the drink story.
The drinks.
The one where the girl had the unknown liquor all together and she drank it because she's stupid. So she came to me the next year because I was wearing the same cosplay of a character that should not be named from a fandom that is now forbidden. There's a lot of them, so let that be as vague as possible. But she came up to me and she's like, my friend tried to give me an open container of, I don't know what it was, it smelled like booze, and I thought about your friend and like how she was really sick and everything, and I didn't do it, and she ended up in the hospital. So yeah, serious stuff happens, and I really hope you guys take a lesson and burn it in your brain and don't be stupid.
What?
Yep. Yeah. That was, wasn't that TNT? Okay. I don't. Oh, yeah. And also, you should probably cautionarily ID some people if you're giving them liquor or anything. Just, you know, there's big trouble now you can get into as an adult with minors. By the way, you have that responsibility now. Congratulations on adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go over because I think something's they need to clean or something. Okay, I got 9 minutes. Do you? Oh, you know what? I should advertise. Thank you, helpful audience member who's very cute.
Oh, you're welcome.
Damn, he's funny. So I have 2 panels coming up. I am running a copyright panel tomorrow that's 18 plus. It should be at,
What room?
it should be classroom 340. I think it's BC. I'm in the wrong. Okay, let me look real quick. They might have changed it. Yeah, classroom 340. So that's the first one, that's at 4:30. And then I'm co-hosting with an amazing person by the moniker of Mission Failure called Contastrophe, 18 plus. Of course, everything's 18 plus. And I'm gonna read you the summary because I love it so much. What went wrong? Come join us to roast marshmallows over the dumpster fires of dead conventions.
After this, you're
No.
The internet.
Nothing's as bad as the. No, there are things worse than the ball pit, especially when the Homestuck's pissing it, but whatever. Do you not know what dashboard is? Okay. Right? You should come to Contastrophe. That's actually the one I'm more excited about, just saying. Pretty please. And it's not as late as this one, so you could like go afterwards and get a good night's sleep.
what?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I wanted somebody to laugh at that one, yes. All right, so does anybody have any like last questions? Because I don't know what happened to C before you asked. But I saw bloody dude. Yeah, Honey Bunch?
You gave advice to girls, specific to girls. but do you have advice specific to guys?
Wash your balls.
That's it? That's it?
I don't have that anatomy.
No, well, from secondhand friends who say guys should do this.
Wear a condom.
Okay.
Wash your balls. Wear a condom. Wear a condom was for both. Both.
And wash your ass.
Use. Wash the undercarriage, boys, please. Wash your fupas. Wash your moves. Tits don't refer to just girls.
Are you talking
Boys
about
have tits, too.
cosplaying or?
No, I mean washing in general.
Okay.
You know somebody that has boobs.
I.
That's what I thought.
They don't. No. What are you recording me for, man?
Okay. I'm just saying, in general, the condom advice and washing everywhere, including down under, is to everybody. You should wash thoroughly. You should rinse thoroughly. Behind the ears, the hair. You have a head, wash it. Even if you don't have hair. Parish? There is a kid that's allergic to water in Australia, by the way. Look it up. It was pretty. It was pretty cool special. I mean, it exists, so there are weird allergies. Sorry. Oh, I did forget one. I just thought of it. If you have a room you're sharing with somebody, it's sort of good to know if they have allergies and where their EpiPen is. I wasn't there for that story, but real quick, because we only have like 3 minutes left. Apparently, a girl was allergic to fish and had never had sushi before and ate the sushi she was given. Did not tell anybody she was allergic to fish. They did find her EpiPen though because it was on her. Yeah. Yeah, honey?
Did she not know that sushi is made of fish?
No, she didn't. I think she was like 14.
She doesn't know Japanese.
It was her first con. She didn't know anything. I mean,
She didn't know
so,
Japanese.
you know, tell people like, hey, this has this ingredient because people are allergic to everything these days. I have skin allergies up the wazoo. My friend can't eat anything pretty much. You know, it's just being careful and cautious because you care about your friends. You should care about your friends. So anyway, I hope you guys have learned something. I hope that you walk out of here and go drink water, eat some food, and maybe do that sleep thing.
He was sick for like 3 weeks or so because he drinks the toilet so much.
There's nothing.
Did you learn a lesson? And some people you can't save. Sorry, I tried. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good anime Matsuri. I do. You know what? You can find me at other panels if you want my contact info or anything to ask me questions.
Do you have a
Because
card?
What?
Do you have
No.
a card? No.
Cards cost money.
Business cards.
Oh no, I ain't giving y'all any of those. No, woo-how.
You seem like a
No,
pro.
you can't afford me. Charge by the hour. I'm an attorney! I'm an attorney! Oh my god, I'm an attorney!
What do you
The
specialize in?
jokes write themselves. I do contract law.
Contract?
Well, in general contracts, I guess I should say. Anyway. And that's recorded forever, thanks. Okay, give me your info so I can find the horror you post later.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a copy for that one so I can give it to the cringe compilation. Thank you. Words just don't know.
Do you have a condom horror story? Because you mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what happened is my friend who cosplayed Aerith found the hottest Zach Fair she had ever met.
Ministry of Otaku.
Okay, thank you. Oh. And she is a 5-year-old now.
Oh, but that's not a...
She should have used a condom. What? Yeah, y'all, okay. You are now formerly fun. Well, I could keep you here forever, right? No. You could just stay with me forever.
We gotta sleep. We gotta sleep. Like,
No, get up. Come on, everybody. Clean up your spaces, please, for me, because I get in trouble over that.
that you being you or is that a lie? See you tomorrow.
No, promise. Because I want you guys to leave. I want some water and some food. So thank you everybody for attending. I hope to see you later and that you learned something or at least wasted your time.
That's on the shoot. I'm a fucking punch. Hey, he's gonna be sleeping.